It's August 1st. It's 8:05 and we're getting started with our Level Up Leader group call. So I think Amanda was asking like how do we get these on the calendar? Like are they the first and the third? And so what we've been doing that I think works really good is we've been doing every 2 weeks. And so we have been doing like the first and the third, but this month has a fifth Monday. And I decided that would fit really well because the next Monday after that is Labor Day weekend. So it just allows us to skip Labor Day weekend and then we go right into another meeting. So this month in August, we are going to have tonight, which is the first, and then in 2 weeks, the 15th and the 29th. Now I'm going to be really real and tough right now because I know that people listen to the first few minutes of a recording and then they get distracted or sidetracked. So for those of you that are on, let me just tell you that it's going to be a little bit real. So we have at least 12 people in the group, Level Up Leader group. And typically we get 3 to 4 people that attend our actual time. And so we're going to finish out how we're doing it through August. And then if you would like to join again in September, there are going to be a few different types of rules. Okay. So, it's a lot easier to do something when there are people that are here, right? It's a lot easier to talk, to hear wins, to have more feedback and stuff. And so I'd like to change it a little bit just to kind of, make it so that we have that commitment, right? If you can't commit, that's okay. Maybe you'll be in the group next time. And so I think we'll do like a 90-day kind of thing. That would get us September, October, November, right? Those 90 days, those are really crucial times for our business. And I just would like a little bit more of a commitment, if that makes sense. So thank you to 3 of you for being on here. I appreciate it. I'd love to hear a win from everyone to start off. So if you could share something that was really great in your business for the last couple of weeks, maybe how your month ended, how it went with your leads, what happened with recruiting, something that was a win for you. So I will start us off while you guys are thinking about that. And I will say that I was really hoping that our group volume would at least match for June. The whole month I was thinking we're not going to hit what we did for June. And I like to see us either hit the group volume for the month or go up, right? Even a little bit. And so we surpassed June's volume by like $4,000, $4,500, I think. So that was really good. So that is my win. I know it's like, yeah, so exciting. Okay. So if you'd like to go next.
I'll go. So I sent out an email. I think Kara put it on in her group about sending the email about the launch and the cost of the kit.
Yeah.
So I did that in the VO, but it kept spinning. So I'd stop it and then I'd try it again. I'd stop it and I sent out like 7 emails. So ooh. I sent out an apology and people responded. They were all really nice about it. But I have a new customer. She's not new to Color Street, but she's new to me. And she reached out and was like, I want to join. And she did.
Cool.
So that's my win. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.
And her name is Stephanie, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I reached out to her. I just
me.
greeted her and stuff.
Yeah, and she's local to me. She's not far. So
cool.
Yeah.
It's so fun that you have someone local to you. I love having people that I can trade with and then just having that camaraderie. So that is very cool. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Amanda, I see you are unmuted. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, so my July was super slow because I let life get in the way, like a lot of us do. And it was almost end of the month and I didn't even know about the PV special until somebody posted it in our Level Up group. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm gonna let this go? No, I can't. So I looked into it and then I ended up like in the last week, and not even like last few days, I went from like, I think 154 to 215, and then I ended at 407. So I'm like, it's not much, but it was like, it just amazes me. Like, it's almost like a reality check. Like, Amanda, get your crap together, because look at what you can do when you actually just do it, you
Yeah.
know? So,
Yeah,
but I was like, made it to 400.
Oh, that's so great. You know, I always think like, what if my business was like when I was like all the time, how when I'm getting ready to leave or go do something, you know, I schedule my posts really well. Like I make sure I have stuff for the team done. I connect with people. I make sure I send everything out really quickly. Like, what if my business was like when I'm leaving to go somewhere or something? So yeah, thank you for sharing. Isn't it amazing how much you can get done in such a short amount of time when you just message people? Okay, Jessica, would you like to go next? Hi, Lisa.
Sure.
We're just sharing wins.
But my screen just froze there. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. My win would be, let's see, I think it was when we did bingo last week. I don't remember. Emily asked me, what was it? I don't know. You asked me if I was going for 1,000 for my PB. And
Okay.
at the beginning of the month I was, but then I had gotten to the point where I was like, what do you get? 6 lipsticks, that one. And I was like, oh, we're going on vacation and blah, blah, blah. But then you're like, Jessica, are you going for 1,000? I don't remember what it was. You asked me in front of you. I'm like, yeah, of course I am.
Put you on the spot, I guess, huh?
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So we were on vacation last week and we're in between moving, so my life's very chaotic right now. But it was like Friday. There was like a couple of days left, and I I reached out to people and I kind of did like a little teaser on my VIP group and just said, I've got a special, I'm trying to reach a goal and got a special sale this weekend. Let me know if you want the details. So like 4 people said yes or whatever. And I did send out just some personal messages to people too, and just say, you know, I'm trying to reach a goal. And so I offered people, like I told people that I'm, you know, working towards getting these lipsticks so they could get a free lipstick, or I'd pay for them to get shipping, like if they ordered the show of hands out of stock now. But just kind of, or like I would give them a free set of nails. And some people I just said, if you're interested, you know, I would just ask them before I even told them like what the deal was. I just said, if you had a choice between getting a free tube of the new lipstick, a $10 gift card, or a free set of nails, what would you pick? And then when they picked, then I kind of went with it. I made it personal for them. So, but yeah, one lady I had met at a vendor event and she put in like $170 order. So I really only needed that one, but there were 2 other people that ordered too. So it was cool. Got it to work. So I'm trying to share that with my teammates who are like, oh, you know, they have 160 or something like that. Or I really wanted to get 2 senior stylists under me. That's what I've been working towards to get to my next level. And I got 1 this month, but I still didn't get the second one. So now I get to try again this month.
You know, I love how you said that you want to help your team members see this. And how Amanda was just saying that she was like, I didn't know about the deal. And Amanda's actually a really connected person. And she just, like she said, life got in the way. And so let's take a second to really dissect this. What happens with our stylists? Is this a full-time job for them? No, it's not. Is this something that they're checking in every single minute of every single day? It's not. So let's remember that life gets in the way, and let's use that as kind of a segue. Like, hey, I know life gets in the way, so I just wanted to make sure you heard about this. Or to your customers, hey, I know life gets in the way, or things get so busy. I know Facebook doesn't let everybody see everything. These are reality things, right? These aren't like sales pitch things. Now we can use them that way, but they're not salesy. So we can say things like that to open up conversations with people, saying like Amanda said, hey, life gets in the way, or like, hey, I'm trying to reach this goal, and I thought I'd just reach out to you to see if you would be willing to find out the
And
details.
remember, it's not salesy, it's just being real. And they appreciate that because they're like, oh, they're busy just like I am, you know?
Yeah.
Like it brings that reality.
Yeah, I think our customers love to see us being real. We talked about that, I think, last time on how, you know, who was I? Maybe I wasn't talking about it to you guys. Yeah, we were, because you were talking about going live 2 weeks ago. So thank you for sharing, Jessica. So now you earn the lipstick. So that's really great. I have a lipstick in my purse. You guys know that. I already have. So I can't share pictures of it. I can't talk about the lipstick that I have. If you don't know this, I think I told you guys this last time. But I am going to tell you guys about it, and I'm going to share. So I can't post, I can't talk about it or take pictures of it. However, I can wear it. And whenever I wear a product or use a product, this is who I am. I'm an influencer, right? We all are. We all influence people in different ways. And so I have shared it with people. My mom's ready to buy. I have a customer who is ready to buy, and my aunt is ready to buy. I showed her yesterday. So I want you guys to see this.
So when they ask you about it, you can tell them.
Why not?
Yeah. What shade is that?
So this that I'm holding up is Manchester Mauve. And this is the lipstick that I have. And so I'm going to try to get the right lighting so that you guys can see. It is actually the exact same color as Manchester Mauve. So I'll try to hold it better for you guys. Now, please don't take any screenshots of this. I can get in a lot of trouble. But I just want you to see what's coming. Now they're going to unveil this at conference this weekend. This is also really cool because it has the magnetic. I think I told you guys that before. It has like the magnetic closure or whatever. It is a nice lipstick. It doesn't have taste. It doesn't have like a smell to it. So that's one thing I like. This is a cream finish. So this is a cream lipstick, right? It's not a shimmer. And yeah, it is like the exact color. Anyway.
Does it run when you put it on? Like,
no,
or does it...
I didn't notice that. I didn't like how it comes out, right, of your lips or whatever. Nope, I didn't notice. I've worn it a lot. And my mom tried it on too. My aunt put it on her hand, you know, like just right here. I have a girl in my VIP group that I have talked to a little bit about it, because why can't I? I can't show pictures of it, but why can't I talk to her about it? Right. And she said, and I've been trying to get her to join. And she said, I love lipstick. I am a lipstick freak. So these people are ready to buy this and they don't even know how much it costs. So my aunt and my mom had a conversation about it. Okay. My mom was like, how much is a lipstick? I was just going to go and buy a lipstick at Walmart. How much is a lipstick? My mom wears lipstick every single day, every day, all day long. She wears lipstick. Okay. She doesn't even know how much lipstick costs. Okay. Doesn't know. And she's like, yeah, I get it at Walmart or whatever. And then she was talking to my aunt, and she was like, how much does lipstick cost? And I was like, well, maybe like $15 to $20. And my aunt's like, yeah, probably about $20. And my mom's like, yeah, $20 doesn't seem like a lot for lipstick. Now, I don't have any idea how much this is going to cost. I have no idea. But wouldn't it be cool if it was like part of our buy three, get one? That'd be really neat, wouldn't it? So we'll see. Our nail care is not, so I could see it not being, but I mean, I'm so excited because I could go either way, right? I was like, I actually need lipstick. I told you guys this last time because my lips are so pale. It totally changes my look when I wear lipstick, right? But I can go both ways. I don't always think about it, blah, 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 blah. Like I can just kind of write all the stories, right? And, but because I had 3 out of 3 people that are like, I'm buying that. Just tell me when it launches. Tell me when you have more details. I'm getting it. That totally changed it for me, right?
And I wonder if being like with the nail care, they kind of group the nail care stuff together. So I wonder if they'll take cosmetics and group them together.
Yeah.
Like if they have eyeshadow, blush, and lipstick. Okay, well you can get just lipstick, you can get just the eyeshadow, but if you want, you can grab your favorite shade of each.
Hmm.
You know, something like that maybe.
Yeah. I just have no idea. And so I'm just, I don't know, guessing, I guess. But again, like I did not hear anything about it being part of the buy three get one. So do not repeat that because that's not what I heard or anything. But I do know that it's the same color as this, like the same. So we're gonna
Hey,
hear a lot.
Emily?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. About the makeup, you said you can't talk about it, but we can talk about that stuff like
I
cosmetics
was
coming,
told
right?
you guys, yeah, we can do whatever we want about it. We can talk about it with customers. I was told I got this lipstick from Fa Park. He sent it to the elite directors and up, and that's my rank is elite director. And so then I was told that I couldn't share it publicly. I'm
Hmm.
supposed to let the hype happen at conference,
Hmm. Okay.
which is in a couple days. This is fine. This is
Yeah.
a small group. It's
Yeah.
I'm
Close
not gonna
enough.
think about. I'm not gonna. You guys are gonna be excited about it when it happens at conference. I can pretty much guarantee it. So, okay. So did everyone get a win? Lisa, did you get a win? Did you share a win?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so because I was
All right.
late. So any win, right?
Any win?
Any win. I had my first car show. Thanks to Shirley, who referred me to this place. So it was different experience. We sold sets. I'm still calculating like what we sold, but we sold both days, Saturday and Sunday. But really met like amazing people, became really close to like the vendor next to us, which was like an older couple that sells jewelry.
Okay.
And they have like Christy ended up doing her nails there and she never does her nails. And so she bought, and then she has family in Plano. So like, you know, it's just all the connections that we've made now. And then it was just a different experience. Like you meet different people at different types of shows. So
Yeah.
in a car show and yesterday when we were leaving, like having all those cars in there and then like they're all starting and the alarms going off was just very interesting.
Yeah.
But no, it was a great experience. So
I did a dog show once, and so that was really an interesting experience. It was really expensive. I don't think I would really do it again, but it was,
you say
it was
dog
fun.
show?
Dog show. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was right by the circle where they were like one of the circles, there were, I think 3 circles, and I was right by one. And so they show dogs in the circle, right? It was really just totally different than I thought it was going to be. So I learned a lot about dogs, met a lot of dogs, and it was really interesting. So, wow. So, okay, I think Natalie's going to come on. We're going to have her share a win. We're going to surprise her and have her share a win because, you know, it's always great when you jump on when you jump on a Zoom. Hey, Natalie, we were just finishing up sharing wins for the week. Do you want to share a quick win?
Sure. Sorry. Yeah. Talk about putting me on the spot there.
I know.
Emily.
I'm so sorry. I
No,
can
no,
give
it's all
you
good.
a recap if you want. Of everybody.
No, we're good. We're good. I think my biggest win is I did hit 700 and I didn't quite hit senior team leader this month, or builder, but the only thing I was missing was volume. So I had the right infrastructure underneath. So that was a win too, because it was definitely a slower month for my team.
Yes, there is going to be a lot of changes happening, I feel like, in the next couple of months. I can completely see that happening. And, you know, isn't that interesting that you have the structure, but you don't have the volume? And that does happen a lot for people, is that volume is missing. For some reason, the structure doesn't always seem to constitute the volume in this comp plan. So that's okay. I was able to talk to Kristen a little bit, Natalie, at the last couple hours of the night. So just checking in and stuff. So that was
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think we might still get that recruit now that they extended the special. So
good. That's really great.
Yeah.
It's really great. And you know, summer is a time when people are busy and life completely gets in the way, and kids are home from school. And so people do they're not structured, right? And they do set things on the back burner. And that's why we are doing this group at this time, because we've all actually been crazy busy this summer. I mean, if I think about all of what you guys are doing, just because I know a lot of your personal stuff and things that you guys have gone through, we've had job changes, moves, extensive vacations, death. I mean, there have been so many things in this group that have happened. And what other business can you hop in and out of like that? What other job can you hop in and out of where you can go, I have to take a week or I have to take 2 weeks, and then you jump right back in? It doesn't always happen that way, does it? And so I love that this is the kind of business where we can do that. So I don't want to be the only one talking. I want to have a little feedback from you. And one of the things that a couple of the things that we've talked about so far in this group are, number one, we talked about runners and sleepers and how those affect our business and how to establish those. We've talked about, figuring out where you're at in the compensation plan and how you get to the next level and how you get to the current level that you're at. And we've talked about gaps, and we've written our own story for recruiting. We wrote a red light story, and then we wrote out a green light story. So we have accomplished quite a bit of material so far. And this week I want to take a pause. I don't want to put a lot on you for homework or anything. We will jump back into that. But what I would like to do is hear from you, either some of the things that you are struggling with, or something you're struggling with, or maybe a gap that you've established in your business, or let's get a little feedback on some of these things from you guys. And maybe it's someone has a gap that they need help with, or something that they need help with. So I want a little bit of feedback from somebody, or from all of you, if someone will be vulnerable and give us a little feedback on these things. Shirley, go ahead. I saw your hand first.
So, we were talking about the people whose credit cards were declined.
Yes.
And to reach out. So I have 2 people that are level 2s that fall under one stylist, the same stylist. And I've talked to her before about them and said, hey, they're going to be deactivated if they don't sell something, if they don't have a sale. And she's like, oh, I don't think they're like, I thought they're already deactivated. And I said, no. So I reached out to them. And one of them, she sent me a really nasty message back. She's like, it sounds to me like you just don't want me on your team anymore because I'm not producing. And I was like, so I just took a step back and I was like, okay, that's not what my intent was.
Yeah.
So I apologized. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't, if you took it that way, that's not how I meant it. I just don't see, you haven't had any sales and you're paying the $10 every month, or I said, you're paying, the monthly fees and you're not selling anything. And I didn't want to throw the other stylist under the bus and be like, well, she told me, so I didn't say any of that. And so, so then she's like, well, I do want to sell. I could probably get one, but the monthly fees are put on my Color Street card and there's no money going to it. So I didn't tell her she was declined. So I said, well, your account's probably frozen then. And, but it's these type of people that like, they have no sales, but then when you're like, hey, just deactivate, they get upset that you're telling them to deactivate. And they're like, she's like, well, this is why I don't join things like this, because I don't want to feel this way. And I'm like, well, I didn't mean it that way. I was just saying, hey, do you realize that you're still activated? Because again, the other stylist told me she deactivated.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe she didn't know what to do,
Well, and great lesson for us to learn that we need to be the investigators. When someone tells me something, I now know, right? We do what we know until we know better, and then we do better. I love that saying. I cannot take credit for it. That is somebody else's saying, but we do what we know till we know better, and then we do better, or at least we should, right? And so let's kind of talk about that a little bit, because it is hard to start a conversation with someone about if they should stay selling or not, because what we really want to do is we want them to sell. We want them
Well,
to
let
be
me-
successful.
Real quick though, she's been buying from the stylist that's above her. So why are you not just buying from your own link? Why are you buying from, that's why I also assumed she had thought she deactivated. So I was like, because I'm in the other person's VIP group and I see, hey, thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for so I'm like,
Well,
what the heck's going on?
is she tagging her and doing that just to incent it, to make it look like somebody's ordering to get the rest of the VIP group members?
No,
or is
she's
she
actually
actually
showing, yeah, she's actually showing all of the sets that
So she's actually ordering it.
Yeah,
So
and right. So the other girl is again so the stylist is thanking her, and then this person is going back on and taking photos when she gets her nail mail.
Is the
No.
stylist that she's under, she offering such a great deal that this lady's thinking, I can't even buy them at that low of a
Yeah,
price?
That's my question too.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think, not always.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's just weird. So I'm like, and even still, if you're spending $50,
Well, and
go ahead and get
maybe-
the TV.
Maybe this is a good opportunity to Shirley to talk with that stylist that she's purchasing from, and see if she understands the compensation plan fully, because maybe that stylist is thinking she's getting more money because they're purchasing from her. So this might be a good educational opportunity for that stylist too.
Yeah, I have done that as well. And that's when she tells me, oh, well, she's deactivated. So, she doesn't want to sell it anymore. She's got, money issues and all this other. So I'm just like, I mean,
You can't win
don't
here,
care.
Shirley. You really can't win.
no, right. And I mean, I didn't really, I was trying to be nice, really reaching out saying, hey,
Yeah.
you're still considered active, just deactivate.
Yeah.
And she was just like, well, I want to stay active. And I'm like, but you have
But
no
you're not.
sales.
But you're actually not active. You're
Right.
actually declined. It is hard. And I think, another great place to vent this is that people's relationship with people it's actually very hard. People are hard to have relationships with. And so this business just kind of takes that to the next level, right?
Yeah. Well, when I apologized to her and I said that was not my intent, she's like, well, thank you for that,
Okay,
and that's
good.
when, I'm very I'll apologize. Even
Yeah.
sometimes when I know I'm
You
right.
didn't do
I'll
anything
just put-
wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. But I was just like, okay.
Crazy. Thank you for sharing that. That's I really cannot wait for August. August is one, right? Is that March, April, May, June, July, August? Yeah. So it would be the beginning of September that all these people will start to fall off every single month that have done nothing. And I've asked 4 times, is this also declined credit cards? Because if it is, we are going to have a mass exodus. And I know that you guys actually really need that. You need people to leave under you. So it's good. Lisa, you had your hand up next.
Oh, actually, I had a question for Shirley. So the
Okay.
decline credit card. So if she's not getting charged, is she still able to place orders, or other people can place orders in her link, or is it just, how does that work?
No, her VO should be,
She
she shouldn't even be able to go in it.
what happens
Yeah.
is if you had a declined credit card, Lisa, okay, and I
Mhm.
put in
Hopefully not.
color, if it does, I'll let you know, okay.
Okay.
Colorstreet.com/ and then whatever your thing is. So you can either do your username. So mine's Emily Reese, it's my first and last name, or I can put my number. Okay. So I can take your stylist number without knowing what your username is and just put that behind colorstreet.com/. Okay. What happens when I do that on my VO is it comes up to me because it can't find you if you're deactivated credit card or declined credit card. So it doesn't, there's no way that anybody could ever place an order on your account.
Okay, interesting. All right.
It's very interesting. And
Okay.
you would not believe how many, I bet on our team of like 500, we have over 100 people that have declined credit cards. And it's
Wow.
happening for a reason. Our culture says it is easier to either change a number or do something to your credit card or use your Color Street card and have no money in it, whatever it is, than to actually like cancel it, which Natalie says it's so shocking, and it's so right. That is so right. I've now canceled a couple different things, even just this week that we have. And I'm like, all I had to do is pick up the phone and actually call somebody to cancel, but people just will not, they won't do that.
Yeah.
It's so odd.
Yeah. It's odd.
So I don't know if they don't realize, which is why I want you guys to reach out to them, which is why I don't like Natalie. I talked to Heather now back and forth, and she said, oh, I quit selling months ago. And I said, no, you didn't. Your card just doesn't work. You're still you're still a stylist. The problem is that until they deactivate, they don't have that 6-month period where they could activate again. And that's what we want, because we are now going to have a kit that not only has nails in it, I would think it maybe has nail care, maybe has lip care. I mean, my expectation and the reason why I thought they were going to extend this join special is because they have kits and they want to announce a new kit. And that's why the kit is at discount. That's I
You're
don't
so
know that.
smart.
I don't know that for any reason other than this ain't my first rodeo. So that's just what my thought is. And so then I thought they were going to extend it. But here we are. And they don't want to, I was up till midnight last night. I do that a lot just because I want to make sure I'm available for anybody that needs help at the last second. And then I'm usually laying in bed, grabbing my email, and there's nothing in the email. Well, why? Because they're announcing everything for conference. So if you're not going to conference live, make sure that you, watch the general sessions, because a lot of the announcements will happen during the general sessions. I'll put it in the Glitter Girls group too. We'll do maybe some lives or some videos or something, but yeah, make sure that you're following along, because there will be a lot of announcements. The trip will be announced, everything's going to be announced at conference. They want to hype us up. Okay, anybody else have something that they're struggling with or that, oh yeah, go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, I can go. So I think it's recruiting, right? Is still, I think, the hardest thing. And I had somebody that joined at like 11:45 Central Time last night.
You did have someone that joined?
She did
Okay.
sign up, but I mean, I can read you the message, and I haven't even responded to her because I don't even know what to say at this point. Because I was like, I told her, so it's her decision, so it's great. She signed up, but she pretty much signed up just for the discounted kit. So, and she told me that straightforward. And then I said, yeah, that's great. You can try it, see how you like it and everything. And I'll get you invited to our groups and meet our team. Our team is amazing. And then she says, and just so you know, I don't plan on continuing. The deal was too great to pass up. So, I mean,
Yep. So here's what I would do. Ask her, and maybe you don't even ask her. You just say, let's schedule your party. Let's schedule a party for you. Might as well might as well, you've got some nails, might as well have a party while you're doing this, and we'll just, maybe people will come out of the woodwork and they'll all want to buy, and then you get to earn some money. So might as well, because this website's free. That's what I would do. But yeah, that's me. Well,
yeah,
I'd at least like to do a party with you. At least I can do a party for you. And then you can earn commission if you want. And if she says, no, I don't want to earn the commission, I don't want to do anything, you say, okay, let's have a party and get you some nails for free, since you're got the starter kit and stuff. And just see, this might just be a totally closed door, and it's actually okay.
Yep.
Our company has it set up so that anybody can go to the website and join. Anyone can. Anyone can. So, I mean, with the right address, right? Can't if you're like in Germany or France or something at this point, but so keep that in mind. And this says nothing about you. Just remember, it says nothing about you. I know it feels like it, but it doesn't.
Yeah, and I feel like she, you know, she's part of my group. She sees what I do. She sees that I do a lot on my VAP and I do vendor events. So I also hope that she doesn't have, like everybody that I know doesn't have to be the same type of stylist. Like,
Yeah.
like there's different levels. So I hope, I don't know, maybe I just have to have that conversation too. Like,
Yeah.
this is a type of business where you make it your own, right?
Yeah.
So
Where's
And
the
you
best way to communicate
you could
that?
definitely voice message her that. I think maybe I would voice message that and say, you know, I totally get it. Can we just communicate through this really well? Because I want to make sure from my end that I'm offering everything to you so that you get to choose. You know, you wouldn't go to a restaurant and just give someone the dessert menu unless they asked for it, right? So you want to be able to give her the menu. And I would just say to her, I just want to make sure we communicate through this. And if at the end she says, gosh, I just want to be your customer. I just want to go back to being a customer. I just love that I could get the sets for $100 or whatever. It's not even that great of a deal. In my opinion, 13 sets that you don't know what you're getting for $100. I'd want to pick the ones I was getting, I guess, but it's fine. It's not going to like take her away from you as a customer. It's only 13 sets. That's only a couple months worth of nails. So, yeah,
but she doesn't buy a significant amount either. So
it just is not detrimental to your business any way, shape or form. So anyway, at all. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe she wants to give you the rest of the stuff in the kit. Maybe she wants to give you the color sheet bag. Maybe she wants to give you, you know, like maybe you'll get something out of it. I guess I just say, I want to make sure I'm really open with you, that we're really open with each other about this. And, you know, a lot of people don't do this business like I do. A lot of people carry it in their purse. You don't have to have a thing. So I guess I would just make sure that the lines of communication are really, really open and, you know, give her the opportunity to talk. And if she closes down, don't give it any more time. Your time's so valuable. Don't give her any more time or brain space.
Yep.
I know.
So, but
trucking along.
I know. But you know, I'm still keep asking folks that I know are interested that keep just hesitating. And I think that they're going to be good, but they have to come to that conclusion themselves. So,
yes. And I think, you know, changing our view and how it can become their idea. Someone else today, I'm doing a camp with a friend of mine, and she's starting a Christian school at her church. And she said, I'm not used to recruiting. I'd love some feedback from you about recruiting. And I said, you know, the thing I've figured out in sales of any sort, sales or recruiting, is that the best thing is for it to become their idea. If it's their idea to buy, if it's their idea to book a party, if it's their idea to join, that's what's best. Okay.
And if I know who you're talking about, they totally have the ability to be an incredible salesperson.
Exactly. Yes, you do know.
Yep.
Isn't that weird how
A great
lives cross
salesperson.
like that?
Yes.
And she said, I don't know how to be a recruiter. And I was like, you totally do. You are a recruiter.
Yep.
But isn't that just the case though? Is that
it's a mindset?
But not everyone's going to want what she has to offer. And it's okay. Mm-hmm. She wasn't even in the place that she thought she wanted to offer that or to have that. And so again, our lives change. They say our lives change, every 3 months or something? Like every 90 days, our lives completely change. And that's so true. So if we're just keeping our mind open, you just never know what's going to happen, right? And like I said, I told her, it's not your job to talk them into attending your school. You actually don't want them there if they don't want to be there. And that's never going to be a good thing. So you're just giving the information and that's it. You're giving them the opportunity to decide if they want to do it or not. Connections, you know? Okay, who else has something that's just bugging them or on their?
I do. I'm
Okay.
sorry I'm not on camera.
It's okay.
Still not feeling well. You don't want to see this. But
problem.
I guess this past month, there's been a lot going on. As Emily said, all of us have had lots of things. And I've been struggling to keep my energy up. And in turn, I've noticed it impact my team. So I guess I'm just looking for any ideas of how to create that team energy where it's not just dependent on a couple people, because I have my people who have stepped up for me, but how to kind of make that excitement and activity more natural. Does that make any sense?
Yes. So what are some things that you have found that really work to get their excitement and positivity going?
What about doing like a challenge? Like a posting challenge, post in your VIP groups and take a screenshot and share it here. I don't know if they do it so many days a week, they can go into a drawing that you have. I don't know how many people are in your team, so that would make a difference. But I mean, just to encourage them to be active, because when you're active in your group, people see you, they hear you, and then they could get sales out, and just to encourage that as well.
Oh, I love that idea of just a screenshot of their post. I've done challenges with like party packs or reaching out and asking for parties, and knows we're okay, but you know, asking for. But I love that idea because then they might get ideas from each other too of things that they could be posting in their group. I've done different polls and different things, or when launches come out, that gets excitement. But I think even the launches at this point are losing their, I don't want to say their power, but there's so many, they're not as exciting for the team to go and share out, depending on what the collection is. I mean, some are amazing and you can't help but get excited, but that's a great idea. I'll try that.
How do you get them to, what's like the best way to get them to really connect? Have you found something where they're like, you know, they love that, they love whatever it is? Have you found something like that, Natalie?
Sometimes I feel like I do, and then the next time I try something similar, it's crickets. I think it really just depends on the time of day or the time of the month for them. Whenever somebody comes on and goes, oh, it's so-and-so's birthday, you know, everybody will jump in and celebrate that, or congratulations on so-and-so for promoting. Everybody jumps in there too. But I've tried different games. I did a random like trivia game in my team chat space, and one time it was awesome and everybody loved it, and another time I got crickets. So it's not down to a science yet.
Yeah. Yep. Do they respond well to like an idea?
Yes, some do. I mean, you're going to have those that will take ideas and those that will ignore it. And
yeah, in every group, there's always going to be people that are like, don't say anything, right? Yeah. But there may be a silent observer, so you don't really know that as well.
Right. I can see that they're all looking at the things, so I love that feature. Nobody's like back months from having viewed it. But yeah.
Okay. So there are some things that you guys know that I use over and over. And so what I've kind of done is, I know this isn't necessarily like rocket science, but I have found the things that our team really likes, and then that's what I continue to use. So a lot of times I feel like a failure on those things, right? I feel like, oh shoot, that didn't really go over that well, or nobody responded to this, or nobody commented on this, right? But Barb is in our group, so she's the leader above us, right? She's my enroller. But like in our hierarchy, she would be Her rank's lower than mine, but she's like above me. And she always says, you know, you do such a great job with your team. You're such a great encourager with that. And, you know, even when I don't feel that way, it doesn't mean that that's not true. Right? If I don't feel like I'm a good encourager, if I don't feel like I'm giving to the team, if I don't feel like I'm being a great leader, does that mean I'm not? Doesn't mean I'm not. Okay. So I want to remind you that you are a really great leader. You're someone who wants to help everybody. You are always happy to help. I ask you for help all the time, Natalie, and you are so helpful to me. How many times have I come to your house in the last week?
It goes both ways.
I get it, but I do
Yeah.
want you to know that you are a super helpful person. You are always willing to, you would always be willing to give somebody an idea. You would always be willing to give them encouragement or share encouragement with them. You're a super positive person. So when it feels like you're failing, that doesn't mean that you're failing.
Okay. It's hard to
And-
give ourselves grace, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Like I would look at you and be like, you've never not been a good leader for double negatives, but like I've never thought that about you. I've never thought that you were a poor leader, not once. But I think for ourselves, it is different. It's harder to give grace to ourselves.
So I'm going to say to you, because you are feeling like, hey, I'm really struggling in my group. I'm really struggling to get them engaged. I'm really struggling to keep it positive. I'm really struggling, all those things. So I'm going to say that you're telling us that you feel like you're failing in this, which is okay. It's okay. You want help with that. That's okay. But I also want you to hear from me that there are so many times, like on the daily, that I feel like, what else could I do? How could I do more? How can I help somebody? Why do I have people that are doing zero? You know, why do I have people that don't even check their VO? Why do they have declined credit cards? All of these things over and over again. How can I do this better? So you're seeing me, but you don't see what's going on in my head. So yeah. I want you to really remember that.
Thank you.
Just because we care makes us a great leader, right? That we care makes us a great leader.
Thank you.
So I will also tell you, because we want to have activity. We want to be able to, what's an activity? I would say more is not more. More that you post isn't going to get more sales. More that you try to engage with them is not necessarily going to get them to have more activity. More is not necessarily more. They also have to want it. They have to have the drive. So more ideas is not going to help them if they don't have the drive to want to do it. Am I right? I mean, you guys have felt that way. There are a gazillion ideas out there.
Oh yeah.
How many ideas are there? We've all got tons of, there's tons of ideas. We're not lack for ideas, training, encouragement, incentivizing, like all these things. We're not lack for that. More is not more. They have to want it themselves. So maybe it's time for you, instead of focusing on that thread, you can still do stuff in that thread, but maybe it's just like, who can I connect with today? Or who can I connect with this week where I would have a good connection with Kristen? Or could I have a connection with Jenna? You know, who can I have a connection with? Can I have a connection with Katie this week? And then that's checking a box for you.
I love that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, Natalie. Have you talked to each of them individually? Because they probably have some things going on their life, and you might not even know it, and they're not intentional on what they're doing. And then also maybe even a poll, like in your group, to say, hey, what would you guys like to see more of?
Yeah, and I guess that's why I've been struggling this month, is normally I do an okay job of reaching out to people and having those one-on-ones, but I've been just pulled in a lot of directions this month, and it's just been more difficult for me to do that. But maybe that's just the confirmation of the importance of that, and just when I get that time back to focus in on those one-on-ones.
Mm-hmm. And you can let your group know, hey, I'm really struggling to connect with everyone. I really feel like I'm struggling to connect in our group. And, or I feel like I actually messaged Jessica Anderson, yesterday and I said, hey there, I just wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing. I know how defeating rough months can be. And I just wanted to remind you that tomorrow starts a new month. There are always new opportunities, always. And she said, thank you. Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
And you know what? People do have bad months. They do have bad months. And it's not about you. You did not lead her to have a bad month. She had a bad month on her own. She made the choice where she didn't have sales. And so now this conversation, I'll try to kind of connect with her and see if we can get that started. And we're going to have time at conference where we're going to be thinking about people. They're going to pop into our mind and we're going to go, I'm just going to quick say, oh, Jenna, I'm at conference and I'm so excited. I just wanted to say hi, whatever. I mean, I complained once to somebody about having friends, how I felt like I didn't have a lot of friends. And she was like, when was the last time you invited someone to do something? It takes a friend to have a friend. And I would say it in this same thing. Relationships are two ways. So you've made the deposit into all these people with your positivity and your help. It's okay to take a withdrawal. It's fine. Okay, we have a few more minutes. Anybody else?
I would say that my struggle in Gap is similar to is just not being able to get new people to enroll and trying to get my team motivated. But like you just said, I can't do that for them. Like they still have to do the work, even though I give them ideas and try and make contact with them. So that's my struggle.
I will tell you. I'm going to tell you guys this, and I hope you hear this. The sooner that you establish who's a runner and who's a sleeper, it's going to change your life. Because once you've decided that someone's a sleeper and they're nothing that you can do is going to help them do any better. Okay. They're going to do it on their own. It should be a huge weight lifted off of you. Why? Because you don't have to drag them to the finish line. You're not trying to tie them up with a rope. Make sure that knot's tight and pulling them. We're dragging people because we are desperate to do better. And we're giving them our energy instead of focusing our energy on finding new people, getting hosts, talking to hosts. If we had 10 hosts a month, how many new stylists would we have? If we did 3 vendor events, how many stylists would we have? How many new customers would we have? How many new people would we have talking? How much new blood would we have influencing others? But what's happening is we're not doing, and I'm saying this to myself, we're not doing the events that we need to do. We're not doing the vendor events. We're not doing the parties. We're not looking for hosts. We're not like, God dang it, I'm doing 10 parties this month. Do or die. We're not doing that. We're like, I'll just get sales from my VIP group and hope that helps. And eventually that's going to die, right? And we're putting energy into these team members that we're like, if I could just get them there, if I could just get them to 150, if I could just get them to, what are they going to do when you stop getting them there?
You want to teach them to be independent.
Yeah. We
Yep.
have
Not
all the
worry
things.
them.
One of the things that Carrie told me, she's a really great recruiter. And she says that she has new people. And this would be a great thing for you, Lisa. You could give your new person an incentive that says, find out what set she likes, or if she has like a unicorn set that she likes, maybe 1 or 2. And then just be like, before you decide to cancel, I have this great incentive for team members that if they go through the training in the app, they get to pick a unicorn set for my stash. So before you decide to cancel, just so you know, you can go through the training in the app and get a unicorn set. So then she's watching the training in the app. She's not paying anything right now. And the training just takes her right through it, right? And that's what she tells them. She doesn't say, you have to do parties, you have to do this in sales. She just says, go through the training in the app. And once you finish the training in the app, then you get to pick this thing. And it has things in the app, like tell your leader what what your goals are for the month. So then she's connecting with them because they're like, I want to talk to you about my goals. And she's like, okay, tell me about your goals. They didn't know they had goals until they went through the app, right? They're like, I got to get goals. We can do this. We can do hard things. I didn't recruit anyone in July. All my leads were cold. And I'm still smiling because I know that there are more fish out there. I just got to find them. Okay. It was a $79 kit. This is cheap. And that doesn't mean that I can't recruit when there's a $129 kit, or if our kit goes up in price that I can't recruit, because I can. I'm really good at recruiting. I recruit every day for something. It might not be color sheet, but it's something. And you can too.
I think I heard on one of the trainings there was a good amount, right, of new stylists that joined in July.
It was like 2,500 or 2,700 when I heard last week.
Is that an average, or is that lower or higher than usual?
That's like average or below. Well, I wouldn't say that. What do we compare it to? COVID, we would have 10,000 people sign up in 2020. It would have between 7,000 and 10,000 sign up. I don't know what the normal is.
Yeah, it's true. In anything right now. Well, I'm just trying to think.
I don't think it's like amazing.
Yeah. Which I think goes to show, like, people are just hesitant. I think it's just, there's other factors out there. There's stuff going on in the world, and it's not us, right? It's
no, I think this is a season that we're going to go through, and we are having people that aren't selling anymore. And so because there were a lot of stylists and people knew a lot of stylists. And we have different products that are coming out. We have a lot of people that are going to be leaving. A lot of people that are going to be leaving, because if they haven't done anything in 6 months, they're leaving. So whether they like it or not, whether they want to be active stylers or not, they're leaving. They just don't know it yet. But things are going to change. There's a great wave of change coming. So, and it has already happened. We just can't see it yet.
Sorry, one more thing. I'm more talkative than I thought I would be because I'm exhausted. But I think you talked about like the parties, right? And a lot of the trainings are about our color 10, and then booking the parties, meeting new people, getting hostess, and then converting your hostess, right, to stylist. So maybe that could be something we can talk through over the next trainings. And I know we have conference, but maybe focus more on that, because that is one of the big tools that we can utilize to get, recruiting.
Yeah, like our income producing activities, like how are you busy? Did you guys catch that training? Like be busy or be productive. What was it about? Not being so busy doing your business, not being busy. I can't remember how it was described, but it was about how we can keep ourselves busy and we're not actually doing the things that we need to be doing. Because that is definitely an epidemic, is we're busy creating graphics, posting, but we're not doing the things that are getting us sales, new customers, parties, all that stuff. So yeah, I love that idea. I mean, if that's the gap, right? The gap is, we're just talking through these gaps. And if the gap is that we're not getting new, then we need to take on that gap of the new people. And I think a lot of us are seeing that, is that we just haven't been doing new for months and months and months. Thank you.
I think it's kind of common too, though, to see it like a lull, not just in summer, but like end of, like right before a new catalog comes out. Like, I think that's part of it too. It's not just that it's summer, it's that people like, yeah, we've had the little launches and stuff, but I think people know it's coming. You know, there's going to be something big coming and kind of waiting for it.
Yeah, we need to anticipate our big months, which our biggest months, if we look back, our biggest month of the year is typically October. That is our biggest month of the whole year is October, and then November and maybe September. But like our biggest launches are those Halloween launches and the Christmas launch. Like those are a big deal, right? So yeah, we're coming up on those really big months. So we need to use August to kind of catapult us into September, October, because this is when it changes, right? This is when we get our volume. This is when we get our new stylists, you know. When people hear about trips, they want to join and they want to be recruiting, you know, when we get on a trip, you guys, your stylists are like, I want to earn a trip. Like they want to earn a trip. You guys were a lot of you really, really close to earning this trip. So if you didn't earn it, you were really close to it. So people want that. So this is the time to kind of grab onto them and then kind of catapult into those next few months, because statistically, our January is not low. Our lowest months are probably right now in the summer. So, and we're not even like significantly lower or anything. I mean, if we look back on like April, we're a little lower than we were in like April and May, but not by a whole lot. So it's just nice to go up. We always want to be going up or the same or up, not down. So good conversations. I'm so glad that you guys jumped on and you were part of this. So I would love to see you give me maybe something just personal messaging to me, if you guys wouldn't mind. I would love just like a sentence or two of feedback on these calls. If you like them, if you haven't showed up for many of them, if you, you know, get something from them, I want to get some feedback from you on these calls. And that's it. That's all I want. It's just a sentence or two of like, I like to show up on the calls, or I show up, but I don't always feel like my questions are answered, or I show up and blah, 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 something, just some sort of feedback for me, if you wouldn't mind, in personal messenger, not in our group thread. And for those of you that are not watching live, thanks for listening. And we'll see you August 15th at 8 p.m. again this month. So what we're doing, I was telling on the beginning of the call, but I'll tell again, because I know like Natalie and maybe Lisa weren't on. So we're just doing them right now every 2 weeks. And so this month we'll have 3 calls. And then I am going to jump into September with a little bit different group. I'm just going to have a little bit different standards for that group. We've done something for the summer, which was really, really great. But as we go into the school year and whenever the structure kind of comes back and everything, and we're going to tweak it a little bit and have it be a little bit different. Okay. So stay tuned for that, but it'll be very similar. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And some of you, I will see you soon.
See you at conference. I'm so excited.
I got my prizes in the back. I got all my in-person. Oh, you guys can't see it. I'll show you. Give you a little glimpse. These are the prizes that I am bringing with me. Natalie, this is why I have I don't have a carry-on. I have a.
Well, if you need more room, let me know.
Yeah, I will. I'm always asking you for help. It's your lot in life.
I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Thank you. See you next time.